truth is humbler. Many of the methods that are transforming how we grow food in 2026 aren't new at all. They're ancient, forgotten by time, rediscovered by need. And as modern gardeners search for sustainability, water conservation, and natural balance, they're turning back to the same secrets that fed civilizations thousands of years ago. Today, we'll uncover those lost gardening secrets, the timeless wisdom returning to backyards, homesteads, and gardens across the world. Let's begin with one of the most extraordinary rediscoveries in modern gardening, the clay olla. Used by ancient farmers thousands of years ago, these unglazed clay vessels were buried in the soil, filled with water, and left to do their quiet work. Through the natural pores in the clay, moisture seeps out slowly, delivering water right where plants need it most, to their roots. It's an elegant, self-regulating system that wastes almost nothing. And in an age of droughts and water restrictions, gardeners everywhere are falling in love with them again. You may remember we touched briefly on Ollas in one of our earlier videos called Garden Trends for 2026, What Smart Gardeners Are Doing Now. But today, we're taking it one step further. Not only will we revisit why they're so effective, but we'll also show you how you can make your own right at home. And if you haven't seen that video yet, be sure to watch it next. We'll provide a link in the video description below where you can purchase beautifully made ollas if you'd like to add them to your garden. But if that's not quite in your budget, or if you happen to have a few old clay pots lying around, why not reuse them for a great purpose? All you need are 2 unglazed terracotta pots, a little waterproof silicone, and a small saucer or stone to serve as a lid. Seal the drain hole in one pot with silicone, then use more silicone to join the 2 pots together, rim to rim, leaving the top pot's drain hole open. Once dry, bury your new olla in the garden with just the top hole visible and fill it with water. The moisture will slowly seep through the clay, watering your plants right at the roots. It's quiet, steady, and incredibly efficient. Just as it was for the farmers who used this method centuries ago. Now, if you're handy with clay, make your own ollas. Simple, sustainable, and uniquely yours. Whether you buy them from a trusted maker or make your own, ollas are proof that sustainable gardening doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Sometimes the best solutions come not from modern innovation, but from remembering the wisdom that's been with us all along. You'll find modern versions now made by dedicated craftspeople and companies who are reviving this lost art. Beautiful, functional, and sustainable. Whether placed in pots, raised beds, or around shrubs, the olla is a reminder that simplicity often outlasts technology, because sometimes the smartest innovations come from the past. Oh, and before we go any further, throughout this video, you'll see a few of the tools and products we mentioned brought to life. I'll do my best to include helpful links to each of them in the video description below. Some of those may be affiliate links, which means if you decide to order through them, it won't cost you a penny more, but it does help support our Buckeye Bloomstead channel with a small stipend. It's a simple way to keep these videos growing, just like our gardens. The olla isn't the only ancient irrigation marvel making a comeback. In desert regions of the Middle East, farmers once used narrow clay tunnels called Qanats to carry cool groundwater for miles, losing almost nothing to evaporation. In Africa, tribes used buried jars and woven troughs that delivered water to roots drop by drop. And across Asia, bamboo pipes guided rainwater from rooftops directly to garden beds. No pumps, no power, just gravity and patience. These timeless ideas remind us that sustainability isn't a modern invention, it's a rediscovery. Whether through ollas, rain gardens, or modern drip systems inspired by ancient designs, the principle remains the same. Nurture the earth gently, and it will return the favor. While ollas show us how to water wisely, companion planting reminds us how to plant with purpose. Long before modern agriculture, ancient civilizations noticed that some plants simply thrived together. The Native American 3 sisters, corn, beans, and squash, are one of the oldest examples. Developed through indigenous agricultural practices, these 3 plants protect and nourish each other in different ways as they grow and provide a solid diet for their cultivators. The corn provides a natural trellis, the beans fix nitrogen into the soil, and the squash shades the ground to preserve moisture. 3 plants, 1 system, nature's teamwork at its finest. Today, companion planting is making a strong comeback. Gardeners everywhere are rediscovering these relationships. Basil and tomatoes, carrots and onions, marigolds and cabbage. Each partnership tells a story written in roots and leaves. And in a world that often celebrates competition, the garden quietly reminds us that cooperation still produces the best results. If there's one thing ancient gardeners knew, it's that the health of the soil determines the health of everything else. Long before bagged fertilizer or chemical additives, composting was the universal solution. Every scrap of plant matter, every fallen leaf, every bit of organic waste was transformed into new life. Today, as we face depleted soils and declining microbial life, composting has returned not as a trend, but as a necessity. Gardeners are once again building their own compost heaps, brewing compost teas, and creating biochar to restore fertility naturally. It's poetic, really, turning decay into nourishment, endings into beginnings. It's the heartbeat of every sustainable garden. Beyond composting, another old tradition is being revived, the art of mulching. Ancient farmers understood that bare soil was vulnerable. The Egyptians and Chinese covered their fields with straw, leaves, or manure to keep moisture in and weeds out. In medieval Europe, gardeners layered animal bedding and herbs around their vegetables to regulate temperature and feed the earth. Today, regenerative gardeners call it living soil. By covering the ground with mulch or green manure, we invite life back into the soil. Worms, microbes, and fungi that transform dirt into a thriving ecosystem. Mulching is more than a technique, it's an act of protection. It shields the earth the way a blanket shields a sleeping child. In the age of data and digital calendars, another ancient rhythm is quietly returning, gardening by the moon. For thousands of years, farmers planted, harvested, and pruned according to lunar phases. The gravitational pull that moves the tides also influences the flow of moisture within the soil and the sap within plants. While science debates its exact impact, gardeners who follow the moon swear by their results. Plant leafy crops under a waxing moon, root vegetables under a waning one. Prune when the moon rests in its darker phase. Whether mystical or practical, it connects us to something greater. The cycles that have guided life long before we learned to name them. It's less about perfection and more about awareness, a gentle reminder that the garden doesn't run on our schedule, we run on its. In places where the land itself posed challenges, ancient farmers learned to shape it. From the rice terraces of Asia to the Incan Andes and the Mediterranean hillsides, gardeners carved steps into mountainsides, capturing water, preventing erosion, and turning the impossible into abundance. Today, terraced gardening is returning to suburban backyards and homesteads, not out of necessity, but out of respect for the land. It teaches us to work with gravity, not against it. Whether you're building small rock terraces, raised beds, or sloped gardens, this principle of shaping the earth with care endures. The lesson? Great gardens don't fight the land, they listen to it. In ancient times, gardens were more than food and flowers. They were pharmacies. Egyptians grew aloe and chamomile to soothe burns and aid sleep. The Greeks filled courtyard planters with thyme, mint, and sage, herbs they believed brought strength to both body and spirit. Medieval monks tended physic gardens, small sanctuaries filled with healing herbs that later inspired modern apothecaries. Today, herbal gardens are blossoming again. From calming lavender and feverfew to immune-boosting echinacea and lemon balm teas, gardeners are rediscovering how plants can nurture our health as well as our harvests. These aren't just remedies from the past, they're reminders that nature has always offered us what we need, if only we take time to listen. Every ancient culture was built around its gardens. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the world, were not just a display of beauty, but a feat of irrigation and engineering. In Egypt, gardens symbolized life itself, a bridge between the living and the divine. Monks in medieval Europe tended medicinal gardens that became the foundation of modern herbal medicine. What we see today in our backyards, raised beds, companion planting, and food forests, are echoes of these ancient designs. The more we learn, the more we realize that the gardeners of old were not just growers, they were visionaries. Perhaps the most powerful of all the ancient secrets isn't about soil or tools, it's about memory. The seeds we plant today are living links to the past. Every heirloom tomato, every bean, every sunflower carries within it the choices and care of generations before us. Ancient farmers were seed keepers. They understood that protecting diversity wasn't just about feeding their families, it was about securing the future. In 2026, this practice has returned in full bloom. Gardeners are saving their own seeds, trading them within communities, and even sending them to seed vaults like the one in Svalbard, Norway. When you hold a seed in your hand, you're holding a story, a promise written in time. Which of these ancient gardening secrets would you like to try in your own garden? Or maybe there's a technique you've used that connects you to your family's past. Share it in the comments below. You might just inspire someone else to rediscover the wisdom waiting in their soil. Every garden has its own language, spoken not in words but in whispers of wind, patterns of light, and the quiet rhythm of life beneath our feet. Ancient gardeners didn't rush through this conversation. They listened. They knew when the soil was thirsty, when the plants were weary, when the insects were warning of imbalance. They understood the hum of the world around them. And in that understanding, they found peace. Somewhere along the way, we traded observation for automation. We replaced patience with speed. But nature doesn't hurry, and yet everything is accomplished. Today, as we return to these lost gardening secrets, we're learning to slow down again, to dig our hands into living soil, to breathe in the scent of basil, earth, and rain, to watch the dance of pollinators moving from bloom to bloom. These moments, fleeting, humble, and profound, are where wisdom truly lives, because gardening isn't just about growing food or flowers, it's about remembering who we are in the story of creation. Each seed planted is a promise, each harvest a reflection of care. And as we reclaim the knowledge of those who came before us, we discover that every lesson the earth offers is still being written, right here in our gardens. In every handful of earth lies history, and in every gardener's heart, the quiet desire to create something lasting. As we look toward the future of gardening, it's clear, progress doesn't always mean moving forward. Sometimes it means looking back. The tools may change, the climate may shift, but the lessons that endure are those written by nature itself. I'm Deborah from Buckeye, Bloomstead, and whether your garden is large or small, remember, every seed you plant connects you to generations who once stood in the same soil, chasing the same light.